Hey guys, Nick from Surf Fishing in SoCal. We're back for the San Diego Beaches series. And we're at Oceanside, San Diego. So currently, if you look behind me, I don't know if you can see, but they've got the yellow flag with the black dot, not that checkered one there. And that means, I think no swimming, and I'm not positive, but I think it's no fishing, and I don't want to mess with it. I assume that's out most of the time in the summertime. And I'm betting the north side of the pier doesn't have that. But bottom line, we're going just south of that line, and we're gonna probably, as the tide drops, go into this section behind me where it butts up against all these rocks. But for now, let's get to it. So we're at about, I think like a 3 foot, maybe 3.3 foot tide, and it's falling to just below a 3, maybe a 2.8, maybe a little lower, I don't know. Bottom line is this year, 2023, it's June right now. As of now, you cannot fish much of this beach, especially any of this beach, say 400, 500 yards south of the pier, because it's gonna butt you up against this rocky section at any tide higher than a 3 foot. So you see this white water, you see how it loses its crest? Completely lost its crest. Once it hits shoreline here, it's gonna regain that crest and it's just gonna tumble. Just like that, just barely. So that whole section from where it loses its white crest, right about there, even this section is gonna lose it. Watch it lose it, watch it lose it. It's all lost, okay? That's the start of the hole. And then it doesn't, right there, right where it curls there is where it ends. So we've got this whole section really from the flag over there, see all the yellow flag, white dot, black dot, all the way, dude, honestly, all the way like as far as I can see. It looks like we've got a really nice trough right in like a short to medium casting range. So I'm gonna go ahead and get sand crabs and then we'll get to it. So it's time to get sand crabs, and for all those guys out there who, whether you hit me up or whether you're just thinking it, and you say, oh, I don't see the sand crabs, I can't find them. A lot of beaches just have different sand formation, and when there's a lot of these pebbles mixed in with the sand, lots of times you just can't see them. And they're there, they just don't cause the same disturbance because you got all this mixture of shells and rocks and all sorts of stuff. So what I do at a beach like this, I'm just gonna pick a spot and dig, see if they're there. If not, I'll walk until I see anything that even come close to resembling them. So I just dig in there, sift through this. Nothing there. It looks like we got them. Second try. So, I mean, they're there, especially it's June, what is it, June 21st or something like that right now. They are at every single beach right now. Sometimes you just gotta look around for them. So this scoop, one little guy. And if you haven't watched my video on how to find sand crabs, do it, because this is not too small. All right, so Oceanside, at least the south side of the pier right now, is not the easiest location to make bait at in terms of catching sand crabs, but I walked around a little bit and got what I needed, and we're gonna go catch some fish now. All right, so we made bait. It looks like they took the flags down, so I think I'm good to fish this section up here, and I'm gonna do it because I don't want to deal with all the rocky pebbles over there just yet. And the trough runs this way too, so you can watch this white water here. It's all gonna disappear right when it hits that zone. Right about now, you can see it curling back, curling back, curling back. A little bit still here, but it curled back all over there. So shallow section right here, deeper section over here. So we'll hit the deeper section. And again, I use an Okuma SST 8'6" medium action rod, and I can drop the link in the description The specs are, as you see here, 8.6 medium action, 8 to 17 pounds, 1/4 to 5/8 ounce. The reel I'm using, my battle's out of commission right now, so I'm using the Pursuit, but I'll put the link to the battle in the description because that's my typical reel. 15-pound mono to 15-pound fluorocarbon, Carolina rig, 1 ounce weight, number 2 mosquito hook. Surf fishing with sand crabs. So we see the hole right in front of me, right where it just crashed there. We want to right past that and no further than where it just lost its crest out there. So we've got a big gap to work in. Right there, I'm on the front side. I probably should have cast it a little bit further, but I'm gonna let this one drift a little bit. Here we are. That's actually got some good weight to it too. Might just be because it was a pretty far cast, but no, that's got some weight. Yeah. Just borderline not pulling drag. Makes me lean yellowfin croaker, but who knows? Bringing it in with the wave now. Well, she wants to turn. That could be corbina. Oh, it's a big yellowfin croaker. Beautiful. Beautiful fish. All right, so I don't know if my GoPro just turned off. I thought I was recording this whole time, and so I'm probably 20 minutes into my session, and I've got one surf perch. No, I've got 2 surf perch. One was the tiny one. I'm pretty positive I got that one on, but I switched batteries and I thought I hit the on button, but I guess I might not have. Since switching to batteries, I got a nice yellowfin croaker and then a really nice surf perch, probably about 11 inches or so. Gosh, now I'm kind of bummed. It's been a really productive start to the session. I just really hope it keeps going now. There we go. Definitely a perch. That is tiny. Tiny as heck. What a monster. So that one hit on, I think, a group of 4 tiny sand crabs and 1 like medium one. So I'm gonna do a similar grouping. A lot of people ask me like, hey, how far are the fish? Like how far do you cast out to catch fish? And there really is no good answer to that other than it varies. And if you can see the structure and find the structure, you fish the structure. If the tide were 2 feet higher right now, I'd be throwing a lot further to get to this zone because I'd be pushed back. So I'd be standing about, I don't know, 20 feet, 30 feet further backwards this way. If it were a lower tide, I'd be like right at the edge of this hole and I could cast 5-10 feet sometimes and catch fish. And as many of you know, early mornings and late evenings and even sometimes in the middle of the day, you get corbina and spotfin croaker and even guitar fish with their backs out of the water. They're so shallow. You stand on the dry stand and you're just casting at them, or stand at the same level, cast sideways. Fish are as shallow as they could possibly be and as deep as they could possibly be. But bottom line, if you're not sight casting, find the structure and fish it. It could be at any depth, any distance. So before I move right, because I do like I do prefer sand over rocks. I'm gonna try this deeper area. It does look juicy as heck. Alright, let's see what we got over here. I feel like we've got nice crop over there, but it widens out a lot over here and gets deeper. So I'm trying this little zone. Oh, that's a tap. And that's another cool thing about having 4 or 5 sand crabs on the hook. Usually you get something like that that didn't get them all. So you know you still got bait out there. And when I get that tap like that and nothing else happens, I typically wait 20 seconds. See if it'll come back for it. If it doesn't, I feel it's best to check because you don't want to be waiting with no bait. Looks good enough. I'm gonna leave that on as is. Throw it back in the same zone. Alright, got the tap. And we're on. So sometimes when the bite dies, you just hop over to the right or the left a little bit. Try a new little section of the hole and bam. You might just be on. Working in with the wave. Another yellowfin croakers. That's 4 yellowfin croaker, all of nice size. I don't think a single one's been under 10 inches. And they've all got nice size to them, nice girth really. Their bellies, they feel very healthy and well fed. Nice yellowfin croaker yet again. Here we are again. Beautiful. Lots of head shakes on this guy. I'm gonna wait for this wave, let it hang out, and then bring her in. Gosh. This place is stacked with nice yellowfin croaker. That's probably an 11, maybe 10er, but nonetheless, a great fight. There's the bites, and we're on. It's a borderline medium fish here. Wait for this wave, keep the pressure, gonna work in with this wave here. Nothing crazy, but waves always help. It's another corbina. That's a beautiful fish. There we are. Oh man, hands are slippery. A little bit of fight to this one, but not a ton. yellowfin croaker. This one might be the smallest one we've had.